Buenos dias, muchachalatas. Hello everyone, dating and development. Hope we're all keeping well today on this lovely and chilly Friday night in Ireland here. Now, article analysis yet again, and this time on something we never really take into effect, and that is the P to the I to the L to the L. I like good vagine and I like good trees. Smoke so much grass you wouldn't believe, and I get more bum than a toilet seat. Right, better get started. Anyways, this is all about the P to the I to the L to the L, as I just said, and is frisky time in the eye of the taker of this little tablet. And I have an extract I want to read from the book Sex at Dawn by Christopher Ryan, because he mentions this in the book also. But let's get to it. Most of us are probably aware that the birth control tablet can cause women to experience side effects of the frisky nature. But did you know that this tablet might also influence who women are attracted to? Crazy stuff. And it's true, for all those who know, is that the pill produces or is made of artificial hormones, or has the artificial hormones in it, proestrogen. And because that proestrogen is in the body, it's like saying to the woman, okay, you are your body thinks you're pregnant, but you're not, and that stops them from getting pregnant. So they're going to have that lessened want to get in no pants department. And I think my science is right there. And even who they choose as partners and their likelihood of staying married. It may sound too sci-fi to be true, but as we all know, truth is often stranger than fiction. Before I throw us in the deep end of the research, I just want to remind you that the birth control tablet is made of artificial hormones. Got it? And what these frisky hormones do, flip billions of switches on and off in cells throughout your body, influencing the version of yourself that your body creates. This means that this tablet is going to influence your love and frisky related brain circuitry. It would be impossible for it not to, although this general idea and the research looking into it is still in its infancy. The data that do exist suggests that this tablet might influence who you're attracted to, the dynamics of the relationship, the quality of your nice frisky life, how jealous you are, how you respond to your partner's face, how frisky you are to others, or how very nice looking you are to others, and your likelihood of getting the D, as in separation. In other words, this thing can influence pretty much everything that matters when it comes to love, friskiness, relationships, and maybe influencing yours. And yeah, it potentially does influence it. I've been with women who are on the pill, and some of them are mad for the D. Others, very placid, yeah, sure, look, stick it in there, be grand, we'll float on out, shake hands, fist bump, and pat in the head. But the thing is that this allows women to be more frisky than with others. And I noticed women a lot lately are with very pretty boys. A lot of them tend to be with pretty boys, and that kind of lends itself. Are they on this tablet that's suppressing the hormones? Because going into this, it says that they're more attracted to men whose face is softer, who's less masculine. I'm going to read the extract now from Frisky Time at Dawn, and then I'll carry on with this article. Every woman knows that her menstrual cycle can have a profound effect on how frisky she wants to be. Spanish researchers, sí señor, confirmed that women experience greater feelings of attractiveness and desire around ovulation. Yes, if you're a fan of RT and read the Rational Male books, he goes to this in some extent. While others have reported that women find classically masculine faces attractive around ovulation, opting for less chiseled guys when not fertile. If you don't have a chiseled jawline, you're all good if she's not ovulating. Since this birth control tablet affects the menstrual cycle, it's not surprising that it may affect a woman's pattern of attraction as well. Scottish researcher Tony Little found women's assessment of men as potential husband material shifted if they were on this little tablet. Little thinks the social consequences of his finding may be immense. where a woman chooses her partner while she is on this tablet and then comes off of it to have a child. Her hormone-driven preferences have changed, and she may find she is married to the wrong kind of man. And it goes into the MHC, so the hormones, from a sweaty t-shirt experiment. You know, so the MHC indicates the range of immunity towards various pathogens. So men who have different MHC to women tend to be more compatible to those than men, and women who have similar ones, you know, allows for greater gene variety to protect the kids. But yeah, imagine, like, your woman could be attracted to you right now because she's purely on this little hormone fun, sweet treat, whatever you want to say, on this tablet. That could be the reason why. And then if she gets off of it, she could think, oh, what am I doing? What did I see in him? And then go. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. That's not what I'm getting at. But this thing that's revolutionized how women can behave can affect how she sees you. And I find that quite crazy as well. But let's carry on the study. For example, in one study, researchers brought heteronormal women, straight women, into research lab and allowed them to use a special computer program called Tinder, just joking, to manipulate the appearance of photographs of male and female faces. They could change their appearance of the men and women in the photographs by adjusting their jaw, height, face width, cheekbone prominence, and so on, and pee size. The researchers asked the women to manipulate the features on the male face to create the face of their ideal short-term or long-term romantic partner. The male face. Why is it Super Mario 64 when he starts dragging the face around the place? Mamma mia! They also asked them to manipulate the features on the female face to create the face of a maximally attractive woman. Female faces which were used as control. Like I said, feces. The women came into the lab and completed the task at 2 different points. Once before they began taking this little hormone changer, and around 3 months after they begin. Okay, so we got a nice control there, and you know, that they take into effect. And carrying on, when the researchers compared the 2 sets of images, pre-hormone changer and post-hormone changer, they found that the woman's ideal male but not female faces became significantly less masculine once they started taking birth control hormone. You see, and that's the thing, as I was saying, with a lot of pretty boys, like in Ireland, like I'm seeing these women and they are, holy moly, you would definitely bring them home to your mother just to let her shake their hand. You get a little Polaroid of the woman and slap it onto your fridge for your mother to admire. Holy smokes, they can be pretty tasty, and you're saying, oh, dating development, you're a simp. I don't care. They're like 8, 9s, 10s to me. Damn, son, damn. And these pretty boys, and they don't look very masculine. Like, they're kind of slender, no, tall, don't have that much facial hair or musculature or muscular physique to them. These women are with them, and that can lend to thinking, okay, right, as I said earlier, is she on this pill hormone changer? And you know, I find that a bit crazy, because to me, I would kind of have a more masculine face, of a beard and, you know, decent cheekbones and a prominent enough jawline. I think this could be the reason why these women are like, ugh, go away, crack some ball as well, but hey, it is what it is, don't care. In a second study, these same researchers looked at whether women who are on this hormone changer actually choose men with less masculine faces as relationship partners relative to their non-hormone taking counterparts. To this end, they compared the facial masculinity of a sample of men whose partners chose them when they were on this hormone changer to a sample of men whose partners chose them when they were not. Facial masculinity was assessed by having the faces rated by a separate sample of participants. What they found that was those who were taking this little hormone magical changer, women not only prefer somewhat less masculine faces, they were also more likely to choose such men as partners. So, that being said, they're kind of choosing, you could say beta males maybe, as partners. Men who are not very masculine, not very dominant, the more kind of placid men. These were the men women were choosing. Now I've noticed that when girls have come off the pill, and there tend to be a lot more this says it, they're a lot more all over. They're all over me a lot more, or they have been in the past. Either I was for surgery or whatnot. Like it was like hands all over when they were not. When they were on the pill, Genie Mac, like it wasn't there much. Some of them, as I said, were very frisky. Others, not so much. Once they got off of it, there was a whole different ball game. And as per usual, I had to wear multiple jackets when I went dancing in the rain. If you catch my drift. The idea that women might choose different partners when they're on this hormone changer than they would have chosen off of it suggests that this little thing may have rippling effects on the quality and dynamics of a woman's long-term relationship, maybe even the risk of divorce or infidelity. It also raises a number of questions that researchers hadn't considered worth asking until now. For example, if a woman taking this thing aren't really all that interested in masculinity cues, what are they looking for when it comes to partners? Now, if you all know watching this channel, we know what they're looking for. We know what they're looking for. No point repeating it. But because they're not with a man who doesn't excite them, they take the placid man, and they might come that man who might really excite them. To address this question, researchers conducted a survey of relationship quality in a sample of more than 2,000 ladies, each of them who had at least one child at the time the survey was administered. Half of the women in their sample were on this baby blocker when they met their partners, and half of them weren't. The survey asked women questions about the quality of relationship, blah 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 blah, and involved in a relationship or not. Listen to this now. This is where it gets very, very cool. What they found was that naturally cycling women, in addition to choosing nicer looking partners with more masculine features, seem to be enjoying better fun time, indoor Olympics related, pretty much everything when compared to women who chose a partner were on the baby blocker. They're more aroused, they're more adventurous, and they're more attracted to their partners. They're just more into friskiness than those who take the baby blocker. Yeah, because this is what it's all about. A woman's ovulation cycle really determines how frisky she can be. At times when she's not during ovulation, she's attracted to men who are not as masculine looking. At other times when she's getting to that, she wants that high value man. She wants the alpha male. She wants the masculine man, the man who will turn her on. Because when you get to the bottom of it, women think with their feelings they want the best possible man. That's what they want for their offspring to survive. And that's why your behavior as a man is also very important towards a woman. And you kind of have to regulate your own behavior during different times of her ovulation phase. So, say for example, you kind of have to have the mix of the beta and the alpha, I think. You can totally disagree with me, but this is what I'm thinking of. Now, when she's nearing ovulation, like as a man, alter your behavior, become a lot more dominant, a lot more assertive, act a lot more masculine, and that will surely, turn her on a bit more. Now, it's a different story if she has no respect for you or anything like that. However, if you're kind of in the phase where she's not, in the ovulation station, be a small bit softer, a small bit more caring. It's kind of like you need the mix of the alpha and the beta, because it will keep her emotions in swing. Because we all know, like, women like drama, women like, turmoil, and as bad as it sounds, it's not game playing, but it's adjusting your behavior so you can get the best results when it comes to her. Now, obviously, when you act a bit of a beta, she will start testing, don't get me wrong, but you know how to pass the tests. It's to keep her in that state of flux, because scientific studies have been shown that women are attracted to men whose feelings aren't clear. So you kind of have to have the best of both worlds. If she doesn't know where she stands with the way you're acting, that's fair enough. Now, as long as you remain true to yourself, but it can be quite a precarious place to be if you do not know what you're doing. This is just my take on it. If others want to disagree, perfectly fine. I totally get that. #respect. But if you start acting mate and she test, you know how to pass the tests. She has to kind of, is this the guy I want? But she has to kind of second guess, but you know what to do. As I said, it's a bit of precarious. But you want the mix of the alpha and the beta. You have to know when her ovulation is. You kick up the alpha, when she's off of that phase, pull it back a bit. You can't be too alpha or else she'll leave you. Carrying on. This is consistent with the research that demonstrates that naturally cycling women, at least near ovulation, when high fertility is high and estrogen is dominant, have a keen eye and ear for certain cues of masculinity. In particular, this research that women at high fertility find masculine male faces deeper, more masculine voices, boy again about boy, and socially dominant, confident men more attractive than they do non-fertile points of the cycle. Yeah, more alpha, at other times pull it back. Given that this baby blocker taking women don't ovulate and are kept in a perpetual state of low estrogen, the baby blocker may decrease the emphasis that women place on these sorts of traits, leading to development of a relationship that's less about fun times and more about other qualities. And while these other qualities, preferences towards men who keep them safe and secure, preparing for getting the baby ready for coming out of the womb. But you know what I mean. So, there's a lot more to this. I don't want to go over time because I have food arriving and I'm quite hungry. But what's the main story to this? What is the main takeaway from this? Men, if a woman is on the baby blocker tablet, it may wholly affect how she sees you. And the thing is, once she comes off of it, she might change her mind. Who am I with? Am I with the wrong person all along? Now, but to finish off, I'm going to read one last paragraph from this. But an even bigger positive is what comes when we look at the separation rate. Despite the whole my indoor Olympic life is met and I'm not attracted to that my partner thing, women who chose their partners when they were on the pill were significantly less likely to divorce women whose partners when they were off of it. That's pretty cool. That's okay. But as men, you've got to be always on your game. You've got to be on your game constantly. You've got to know what to do. You can't wing this. But knowing a woman's ovulation cycle, knowing what the effects of the baby blocker tablet does to women, that kind of gives you an edge on what behaviors you as a man should engage in. As I said, when she's off of it, act a lot more masculine, act a lot more dominant. Even though she should be acting masculine as it is, that should be your natural state. But you don't want to be too alpha or else, she'll go away. But then, when she's easing off of that cycle, dial it back a small bit. When she's getting towards ovulation with how much friskier she wants to be. And how much more, I suppose, dangerous she wants to be too. Not in terms of positions, but in terms of, not wearing a jacket when you go dancing in the rain. So men, take this study into account. It's a very worthwhile study looking at. It's also a very worthwhile point to keep in mind. Her cycle affects how she is. Adjust your behavior accordingly, but always act masculine. But know when to shift between certain behaviors, because that will keep her in a state of flux. Not playing games, but I'm here to help you keep your woman attracted to you. Anyways, that's all the time I have for it. I can't wait to eat. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Please do. a lot of help, and the views on the audio streaming service have jumped up significantly. Yesterday we're below 400, now we're hitting towards 450. Like, we're close to getting 500 people listening in, or who have listened in, and that's pretty cool with me. So anyways, make sure to check that out. If you have any questions or topics, send me an email or hit me up on Instagram at Dating and Development and send me a DM through there. I'd love to hear from you. Until then, take care, God bless, stay safe, and remember, women, huh?